two-goal game. This game represents small-sided games at their simplest and best. Set up the pitch as in the animation. Play a 4 versus 4 game. Play for a set time or up to a set score. Angled goals. Play this game to teach your players to overplay on the strong side of the opponent when defending. Defenders will also learn the importance of knowing where the scoring area is. Overplaying on the strong side means that the defender doesn't stand in front of the attacker, but literally to the left or to the right. Set up the goals as in the animation. Play a game with normal rules of 3 versus 3, 4 versus 4, 5 versus 5, etc. Continuous overload. In this game, there is always one more attacking player than defenders. Set up the game as in the animation, always using an uneven number of players and 2 goalkeepers. Start the game with 2 attacking players trying to score against 1 defender. When the 2 attacking players shoot or lose the ball, they immediately become defenders for the next 3 attacking players coming in. The game continues in this fashion until all players are in play. The game then simply restarts. Crossfield ball. Play this game to encourage players to play accurate long and crossfield passes to stretch the defence. Set up the pitch as in the animation. Play a game of 6 versus 6 with 3 full forwards marked by 3 full backs and 3 half forwards marked by 3 half backs. Players cannot leave the zones that they are playing in. Start the game by giving the ball to any of the half forwards. The game is now on, and the forwards must try to work a score. See how many scores the forwards can get out of 6 possessions. Defend and break. Play this game to improve your players' ability to move the ball quickly in tight spaces. Set up the pitch as in the animation, placing a 10 by 10 metre square at either end. Each team has 8 players and 1 goalkeeper. 4 of each team act as defenders, and 4 act as attackers. Start with a ball with each set of attackers. 1 defender enters the square at a time to try to get possession of the attackers. If the attackers make 10 consecutive passes, a new defender comes in, and the attackers are awarded 1 point. If the defender intercepts a ball, they immediately run and take a pass off the coach at the corner. The defender must now try and score a goal. The defenders get 1 point for the interception and 2 more points if they score. To make the game more difficult for attackers, the number of attackers can be reduced, or 2 defenders at a time can enter the square. Drills and games. Play this game to improve players' ability to think and react quickly. Set up the pitch as in the animation, dividing your group into 2 teams. Start the game by each team performing a simple handling or kicking drill at their side of the pitch. The coach can decide which drills to use, and should use several for each game, and give them a name. On the whistle, the team drops the ball they were using, and the coach throws a ball to one of the teams. The game is now on, and the team in possession must try and work a score while the other team defends. Each score is worth 1 point, but if the team in possession do not score, the opposition gets 1 point. Play for a set time or a set score. Teams should shout out loud the number of passes they are making in the handling or kicking drill. If there's a difference of 10 in the 2 scores at the end of each drill, The team with the most passes should get an extra point. This ensures that teams work to their maximum. Free your teammate. This game teaches your players the importance of keeping the ball and being patient to free up a teammate. How to play. Set up the pitch as in the animation, pairing players off as attacker and defender. One of the pairs starts in the circle, and the other pairs should be outside the circle. Start the game by throwing the ball in between the two players in the middle. Whoever wins the ball must make a pass to a teammate who is outside the circle. Once the teammate receives a pass, they must try and carry the ball back into the middle circle. They can work as a team to ensure this. Once worked in, the ball must now be worked back out again before it can be worked back in. Once a player carries the ball into the centre circle, both defender and attacker stay in there. A team wins by getting all their players into the circle. If the ball is intercepted, the player who intercepts and their partner start a new game in the circle. Gates game. This game encourages players to switch direction of the play at all times. Set up the pitch as in the animation, making sure that the gates are at different angles. Play full rules, and the game can be played in several ways. Carry it through the gates to score, or kick it through the gates to score, or fist pass it through the gates to score. Play for a set time, or up to a set score. Go games. These games were developed by the coaching committee at the GAA and provide the most practical way of getting the principles of small-sided games introduced at juvenile level. The games. First touch. This game is used for under-8s. Set up the pitch as in the animation, 45 metres long by 30 metres wide. Set up 3 zones, 2 20-metre zones at either end, and 1 5-metre zone in the middle. Each team should consist of 1 goalkeeper, 2 backs, 2 midfielders, and 2 forwards. Rules. Players are only allowed to play in their own zone. Players in the middle zone can play anywhere. Players can only use 1 bounce per possession. Play 4 quarters of 7 minutes. Players should change position after each quarter. Encourage use of the weaker foot in one of the quarters. Quick touch. This game is used for under-10s. Set up the pitch as in the animation, 65 metres long by 40 metres wide. Split the pitch into 2 zones. Each team should consist of 1 goalkeeper, 3 backs, 2 midfielders, and 3 forwards. Rules. Players can only play in their zone. Midfielders can play anywhere. Players can only use 1 bounce and 1 solo per possession. Play 4 quarters of 8 minutes. Players can only use their weaker side in 2 quarters. Smart touch. This game can be used for under-12s. Set up the pitch as in the animation, 90 metres long by 50 metres wide. Play 2 teams of 1 goalkeeper, 4 backs, 2 midfielders, and 4 forwards. Rules. There are no zones in this game. Play 2 halves of 20 minutes. Players can move anywhere on the pitch. Players can only use 1 bounce and 1 toe tap per possession. Goal or end zone. Play this game to get your players used to changing the direction of the play when required. Set up the pitch as in the animation and play a game with full rules. Start by either playing a game from goal to goal or from end zone to end zone. In the goal game, it's goals only. In the end zone game, teams score by working the ball into the end zone. Keepers can be used, but they must stay 6 yards from their goal. The coach can change the direction of the game by shouting goal or end zone at any time. Play for a set time and record the score at the end. Increase the pressure. This game gets players used to keeping possession in tight situations as the pressure from defenders increases. Set up the pitch as in the animation. 4 players start with the ball passing around. On the first whistle, the game starts, and 1 defender enters. On the second whistle, 10 seconds later, the second defender enters. The game continues in this fashion until all 4 defenders are in the square. The players in possession get 1 point for every time they are in possession when a whistle blows. The players in possession must make 10 passes after the final defender enters to get all 4 points. The teams then rest for 30 seconds, and a similar game starts on the opposite side. If defenders intercept when there is only 1 defender, they get 4 points. 2 defenders in, the defenders get 3 points. 3 defenders in, the defenders get 2 points. And 4 defenders, the defenders get 1 point. Kick and get out. Play this game to get your players to play an accurate kick pass to get out of trouble whilst under pressure. Set up the game as in the animation, with a square of 10 meters by 10 meters inside a circle of radius 30 meters. Play a game of 4 versus 4, with 2 players from each team inside the square and 2 players from each team outside the circle. Start the game with one of the teams in the middle in possession. The team in possession must make at least 4 passes inside the square before making a kick pass to a teammate outside the circle. Once the pass is made, the receiving player carries the ball back into the square, and the game continues inside the square. The player who made the pass simply sprints out to take up a position on the outside. 1 point is awarded for every accurate kick pass. Play it wide. Play this game to encourage your players to move the ball out wide to drag the defence out of position. Set up the pitch as in the animation. 1 team starts with possession. The team in possession must try and work the ball over the line to score 1 point. If the players in the wide area are used during the attack, the score is worth 3 points. The game can be 3 versus 3, 4 versus 4, 5 versus 5, depending on what you think is working best. You can allow the teams to keep possession if they score, or you can give the ball over to the other team. Kick to the zone. The aim of the game is to improve kicking over distance whilst under pressure. Set up the pitch as in the animation. 3 games can be played at the same time. This game is always biased for the attacking players, so it can be 3 versus 2, 3 versus 4, 4 versus 5, etc. Set up the 5 balls with the coach. On the whistle, the coach throws the attackers the first ball. The aim for the attackers is to work a kick pass into one of the zones at either end. See how many accurate kick passes they can make out of 5 opportunities. Change the defenders after the 5 opportunities have passed. Multiple balls. Play this game to improve players' decision-making and communication skills. Set up the pitch as in the animation. You can vary the number of footballs you use depending on the number of players you have. Start 2 balls at the same time, one with each team. Each team and player needs to weigh up whether to attack or defend. Possible rules. Play until all balls are out of play, then start again. Play for a set number of plays and count the score at the end. No pressure to pressure. Set up the pitch as in the animation. 4 players have possession inside the pitch. On the whistle, the other team enters. The other team have 30 seconds to get the ball back and score a goal in either goal. The team in possession can play the ball to their goalkeepers to keep possession. 2 points are awarded if the team keeps possession. 1 point is awarded for getting the ball back, and 1 point is awarded if a goal is scored. 1 team keep, 1 team score. This game is a simple variation of small-sided games, presenting players with 2 different scenarios. Set up the pitch as in the animation, 30 metres by 30 metres, with 1 set of goals and 1 goalkeeper. Play 4 versus 4 in the square, where 1 team must make 10 consecutive passes to score, and 1 team must score a goal to score. The coach can change the roles for each team at any point in the game. Play for a set score or a set time. 1 team possession, 1 team score. Play this game to get your players used to kicking points when under a lot of pressure, and also to work hard to get the ball back in the scoring area. Set up the game as in the animation, placing the 3 squares and scoring areas in front of the goals. You can play 3 games at the same time. Play 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, or 4 versus 4 in each square. The forwards score by simply kicking a point, and the defenders score by making 6 passes inside the square. If the forwards score, they start the next possession. If the defenders make 6 passes, they continue in possession. Forwards must work hard to get the ball back if they lose it. Pass and run. This game teaches players to move quickly after they pass the ball. Set up the pitch, as in the video, placing a pole 21 metres from the square. The game starts with 3 attackers against 1 defender. The aim of the game is for the attackers to make 10 passes without being dispossessed. Every time an attacker makes a pass, they must sprint around the pole before they can take another pass. If the ball is turned over, the 3 attackers must make 3 21 and back runs at full pace. Playmaker. Play this game to develop playmakers on your team. Set up the pitch as in the animation with 3 zones. You can play 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, or 3 versus 3 in each zone. The game starts with the playmaker from one of the teams with the ball. The rules are as follows. The playmaker must make the first pass into any zone. The players in the zone cannot leave their zone. The playmaker can enter any zone. The opposing playmaker can also enter any zone to help the defenders. The playmaker is the only player allowed to move the ball from one zone to the other. Once the playmaker receives a pass in a zone, the next pass must be to another zone. Possession game. Play this game to encourage your team to keep possession and then break out together at pace. Set up the pitch as in the animation. Teams keep possession in the square until the coach calls a colour. The team in possession must then work the ball around that colour pole and back into the square to get 1 point. The coach should call a colour every 6 to 7 passes. Play to a set score or a set time. Score in all 4 goals. Play this game to place your players in situations with various difficulties for scoring. Set up the pitch as in the animation, with goals of various widths. Play a game with full rules, where the team that wins is the first team to score in all 4 goals. Take on your man. Set up the game as in the animation. You can use more than 4 goals if you need to. Place the balls, as many as you can get, at the centre of the middle square. Defenders are not allowed inside this square. Each attacking player picks a ball and tries to carry the ball past their respective defender. Once the attacking player carries the ball through the poles, or the ball is knocked away, the attacking player immediately runs back, collects another ball, and attacks again. Once all the balls have been used, any free defenders can help the other defenders out. The overall score should be added up at the end, and then the rules should be changed. Target man. Play this game to encourage your players to use and feed off the target man. Set up the pitch as in the animation, with a zone set up at either end. Play a target man inside the zone at either end. The target man has nobody marking them. Full rules apply, except that the target man must be played before a score can be kicked. The target man cannot solo or bounce, so must play the ball back out first time. Players can enter the zone after the target man has received a pass. Play to a set score or a set time. 2 games of 2 versus 1. Play this game to get your players to react quickly to losing possession in scoring areas. Set up the pitch as in the animation. Each team begins by passing the ball around at pace inside their square. Players should be taking the ball on the move. On the whistle or signal from the coach, the player with possession of the ball immediately tries to score a goal in the opposing team's goal. The 2 players from the opposing team without the ball must try and stop them. When one group is finished, another 6 players should be ready to come in and play the same game. Play for a set time, seeing which team scores the most. 2 runners. Play this game to get your players used to keeping possession in tight areas and opening up the play with a long, accurate kick pass. Set up the pitch as in the animation, with 3 versus 3 in one zone and 2 versus 2 in the other zone. The game starts in the area with the 3 versus 3. The aim of the game is to work an accurate kick pass to a teammate in the other zone, and this is worth 1 point. The player that kicks the ball must follow the pass into the other zone to make a new 3 versus 3 game. The game continues in this fashion for a set time or to a set score. Work it to the square. This game encourages players to work the ball as a team. Set up the pitch as in the animation. One team starts with the ball. The coach calls a colour, and the team in possession must work the ball to that square. When they reach the square, the coach calls another colour, and the team must now work the ball to that square. If the ball is turned over, the coach immediately calls a new colour for the team to work the ball to. 1 point is awarded every time a team works the ball into a square. At certain times the coach can call point, and the team in possession must now work a point.